Lights on, mic check. Luces listas, esto va a empezar. Cryptics can't wait. Tom steps in strong, prosecution tone. Preguntas como jabs, straight to the bone. Andy real calm, abogado cool, defensa afilada. Playing by the rules. Suena la campana, round 1 empezó. Palabras golpeando más fuerte que un cross. Mirada seria, respeto y presión. Esto no es charla, es confrontación. Cryptics pacing, walking in a loop. Refresh on the stream, yeah, waiting for the truth. Café en la mano, corazón en race. Nadie parpadea en este face to face. Shark or kitten, who's gonna bite? Esto es boxeo verbal, fight night. Tom versus Andy, locked in the frame. Uno ataca duro, otro juega el game. Shark or kitten, tensión total. Cryptics, escuchando, no puede parar. Cada respuesta viene con intención. Una pausa pesa más que una acusación. Chat explotando, teorías al millón. Verdad y duda, bailando reggaetón. No hubo knockout, pero sí presión. No winner tonight, just por colisión. Tiburón o gatito queda la cuestión. Este round se queda en repetición. Tom steps in strong, prosecution tone. Preguntas como jabs, straight to the bone. Andy real calm, abogado cool. Defensa afilada, playing by the rules. Suena la campana, round 1 empezó. Palabras golpeando más fuerte que un cross. Mirada seria, respeto y presión. Esto no es charla, es confrontación. Cryptics pacing, walking in a loop. Refresh on the stream, yeah, waiting for the truth. Café en la mano, corazón en race. Nadie parpadea en este face to face. Shark or kitten, who's gonna bite? Esto es boxeo verbal, fight night. Tom versus Andy, locked in the frame. Uno ataca duro, otro juega el game. Shark or kitten, tensión total. Cryptics, escuchando, no puede parar. Cada respuesta viene con intención. Una pausa pesa más que una acusación. Chat explotando, teorías al millón. Verdad y duda, bailando reggaetón. No hubo knockout, pero sí presión. No winner tonight, just por colisión. Tiburón o gatito queda la cuestión. Este round se queda en repetición.
Hello guys, how are you? I think we have our good friend Peggy in the house. How are you, Peggy?
Hi. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Are you
I'm
drinking
drinking
something or not?
First City, Chicago.
What is that?
It's beer.
It's beer.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm getting
good.
ready for a football day tomorrow. Real football. Not fake, soccer stuff.
So you mean real football meaning soccer, right?
No.
Come on, Peggy.
Just kidding.
What's the match tomorrow?
Chicago Bears.
Cool.
They're hosting the LA Rams.
It's like a final or something like that?
Yeah, it's the divisional, I think. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Are you going for the Bears or for Chicago?
Well, they're one and the same. So it's the Chicago Bears versus Los Angeles.
Okay.
So we have a big advantage because it's going to be, I want to say, -10 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind chill.
Ooh.
So, LA has a nice little dome and it's nice outside there. So
Cool.
we're hoping that goes to our advantage.
Good luck to you and to your team. So I bought a big bottle of a good drink tonight.
Oh, wow.
This is called the Grand Marnier. It's really expensive. So today was a very important day, a very interesting day. So I said, why not? Let's buy something good. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I bought something good for tonight.
Uh-huh.
I have a very cool guest tonight. So tonight is gonna be the night. You know what I mean? Uh, so did you have the chance to look to the interview of Tom Webster to Baldwin tonight?
Yeah. So well, I didn't watch all of it. So
Yeah.
I probably saw an hour at the end and maybe 2 hours in the beginning. And I
Okay.
was trying to watch it on like 2.0 speed as I
Yeah.
got ready to catch up, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
Okay. Okay. And what are your impressions about the 2 hours you were able to watch?
I was really impressed on both parts. I think
Yeah.
that this is a great example of how to have a civil conversation on, both parts, opposing viewpoints. And I think the defense team did a good job
Awesome.
articulating. Yeah, they did.
Awesome job. And I want to say I have to eat my words because I was expecting like a bloodbath from the side of Tom Webster.
Mhm,
I was expecting a very bad performance for Baldwin,
mhm.
and it wasn't like that. I was buying the stuff. Let Let's be honest here. Tom Webster is a genius about marketing. That
Mhm.
preview, that trailer he made for the
Yeah.
interview was great. And
Uh-huh.
in that preview, the defense attorneys looked really, really bad.
You're right, right. Yeah, but I kind of question why he did that. It was too, I don't know. I guess it's like movies, right? You put in your best spot, your best pieces or portions of it or most of it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
so I was reacting to that trailer, to that preview, and I
Mm-hmm.
was really expecting like a very bad performance, an incompetent performance from Baldwin and OJ, and it was not the case. They performed really well. I was really impressed. I'm not gonna say impressed in the sense that I agree with them because I don't agree with a lot of stuff, but they were really prepared. I think that the answers were decent.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was, yeah, I can say that impressed. I was
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
expecting that. I was kind of expecting more from Tom Webster. For sure, he was asking hard questions, but I don't know. It was like the same type of questions he was always asking, and the defense answered in a good way, in my opinion. It was a good interchange of ideas. So I
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'm just I agree with you. That's the way to have this type of interviews. We had
Mm-hmm.
Tom from the pro prosecution side. We had Baldwin and OJ, defense lawyers, defense attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
Very civil conversation. It was not that civil in the chat. I, I
I
think
wasn't watching the chat.
there were a couple of trolls, stupid people
Um,
there, but anyways, between Baldwin and the defense attorney, between Tom Webster and the defense attorneys, I think there was a good way to communicate. I think Baldwin was really respectful, decent,
mhm.
elegant. Sometimes he was giving some type of credit to Tom Webster. Hey, maybe you're right here. You are
Mhm. Mhm.
thinking in a logical way here. I appreciate the way you think. Very decent, very elegant. So, and again, I say here that at least Baldwin, he had the balls to go to have this type of interview with a YouTuber from the other side. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't see, for example, Nick McLeland or Holman doing the same.
Mhm.
I can see Holman and McLeland doing interviews with Gray Hughes, doing interviews with hidden true crime, but that's it. It's the zone of comfort. You know what I mean? But Baldwin was not in the zone of comfort today. He was like in a wild environment tonight, and I really appreciated that from him, and of course from Tom, both of them. But I don't know. What else did you smell? Did you feel in that interview?
I think the defense did a really good job of circling back when you have to fill in the gaps, right? As far as like, when they were talking about Betsy Blair and, how, it's like kind of like when you have to dismiss something or fill in a blank or excuse something, maybe she really meant this, or maybe she really seen this car, or maybe she didn't get a good look of bridge guy, and you have to really fill in those spaces. That is reasonable doubt in some cases. And I think that the defense did a really good job of pointing that out when that opportunity persists.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in this case, there's a lot of reasonable doubt. I agree with you. And they did a good job today defending their points. You know what I mean? They were not stupid. Of course, some answers were not super professional, but not all of them. Most of the answers were really good. I think they were prepared. I have a different idea when I saw the trailer, the preview, and I was really surprised. I think they did a very good job. So I want to, if I can say that, yes, I'm gonna be elegant tonight, Peggy, because you're here and you're an elegant woman. So I'm gonna be elegant today. So I want to apologize to Baldwin, because I was saying this is an incompetent guy. This guy is full of shit. Today he gave me a very good impression. I was really, I changed my mind totally. So just to say that tonight, cheers to Tom for the interview. Cheers to Baldwin for the performance. Cheers to Peggy for having a beer and being here with me tonight. So yeah, that's awesome. So let me go to the chat for a while to say hello to the guys. Peggy, while you drink your strong beer tonight.
It is pretty strong.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm already, woo. I have to turn my fan on.
You are hyperventilating?
Yeah, almost.
Almost? Okay, that's good. It's Saturday night. So Mark and Betty from the UK is really early there, so thanks for being here. Chester is saying that Peggy and Cryptex are awesome. I would say that he's right.
Cheers.
Cheers for that. And Chester, and Chester, you're awesome too, for real. For real. Oh my God, my cursor is giving me, okay, here. Mark and Betty is saying that's strong stuff. Cryptex, be careful. Too late. I already have 3 drinks, but for real, guys, you have to taste this. It's super cool. It's super tasty. It's awesome. It's called the Grand Marnier. So this is a good recommendation for you guys. Lisette is here. Lisette is a critical thinker, so I appreciate always her comments. Hi, everyone. I'm making rum sauce, so I'll be in and out. You're always welcome. Christopher, do you know Christopher, Peggy?
No.
Christopher is from Australia. He's a surfer. He rides kangaroos. He's awesome. So we have viewers from Australia, from South Africa, from UK. This is international. This is Cryptex. This is Peggy. The best channel ever. You know what I mean? Judy, how are you? Chester, have a better understanding of the phone data. Loved how the defense explained. Hey, this is a great comment from Chester. You know what I mean? Peggy, I know that you didn't listen to the whole interview, but there was like some sections of the
Uh-huh.
interview where Baldwin was explaining stuff in a very simple way, easy to understand for the
Mhm.
normal people here. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
There are like some YouTubers that they think they know a lot about cell phone data, a lot about, they are like know it all. You know what I mean? But Baldwin was explaining stuff in a very simple way that, oh man, I love the way he explained that. He was really prepared. I appreciated the way he explained it, explained some stuff. So I agree with Chester here. Good comment, Chester. This is a point for you tonight. Peggy is giving you a point for sure,
Yes.
and I'm giving you 2 points. Would love to see a debate between prosecutors and a defense on YouTube. That's what I was saying. Imagine Holman or McClellan debating, I don't know, Andrea Bockhart, something like that. That would be awesome. That's what Baldwin did today, and
Mhm.
that takes
Mhm.
balls. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
takes something. So I give, for real, I give a lot of credit to Baldwin tonight. Like my idea about Baldwin increased
Mhm.
tonight. I don't know. I was kind of maybe there was a lot of hype because of this trailer, this preview, and at the end, I think that the defense they are in a better position, in my opinion. I don't know. I was expecting again like a bloodbath, and that was not the case. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm reading your mind, Peggy, right now.
Hmm.
We have 30 viewers, so we need 30 likes. Smash the like, hit the like, guys. We are Peggy and Cryptex tonight, so this is an awesome team. Peggy is drinking beer. I'm drinking another stuff here for you guys, so this is cool.
It was just quick. And I have 2 separate beers here.
2 separate beers. Oh my god!
Yeah, I have a Corona Light. That's the one I'll drink next.
I love Corona.
Yeah, me too.
Mexican beers are the best, for
Mhm.
real. It's not the Belgian beers, it's not the German beers, it's the it's not the Dutch beers, it's the Mexican beers. So
Mm.
cheers to the Mexican people. Love you guys. I have a good friends from Mexico. We Tom was looping on Betsy Blair and that he thinks Rick saw someone of or near the bridge and he didn't. That in the times Rick allegedly said that we don't have proof of because it was not recorded. Uh, yes, I think Tom Webster is relying too much in the timeline that was provided by the state, and we know that there are a lot of gaps there for sure. If I can understand properly your comment, I think that I agree with you. We lost Peggy's image. I don't know what she's doing, but
I'm here.
I know you're there. I'm just kidding you. Yeah, Tom is stuck on Betsy Blair stuff. I'm not on board. Yeah, there's a gap there. There's a gap. Uh, Remember that Betsy Blair, she was the one that was not happy at the beginning of this case
Uh-huh.
because law enforcement was using the old British guy sketch. And she
Mhm.
was, come on, this is not the guy we are looking for. We are looking for a young guy. This is not the guy I saw on the bridge. So what are you doing? And she was the one who saw the guy that they like, you know what I mean? So I think there's a major gap there. And yeah, good point, Monday. You can jump whenever you want, Peggy. I don't want to
No.
be,
You're doing good. I agree.
yeah. Digital is here. Digital. You know what? I don't know if digital is a she or a he. I used to say a he, but thank you, digital, again for being here. Chester, it was impressive the amount of time Andy gave to Tom. Yeah,
Yes.
And
multiply that by how much? Like maybe 300 an hour. You know?
imagine that 6 hours. So he was not hiding stuff. He was
Right.
not he was not being fishy. I think he was very genuine. I really love that way to conduct from Baldwin. I I gave before a lot of shit to Baldwin, but today again, Baldwin, you did very good. Seriously, I have to accept that I was not fair, and I have a different opinion about Baldwin tonight.
I think
Uh,
Tom did very well too.
who?
I relate Tom. I think he did very well. I think that, he was very cordial and made his point and kind of like brought receipts or examples to support his position. Whether I agree or disagree with that position, I think he was able to speak where he was, not just making a statement as you see a lot of people do, just, making a statement, but he went into, his reasonings behind, how he got to that, conclusion.
But he's always like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I
true.
was not expecting a different thing. He's very
Yeah,
polite,
yeah, yeah.
but I agree with you. He did great, but again, I was expecting like a massacre, like a bloodbath tonight,
Yeah.
and it was not the case. I was impressed in a good way
Hmm.
by the performance of the defense. Seriously, I have to accept that.
Did you eat your popcorn?
Not all of them. Not all of them. I still
Okay.
have a little bit of popcorn. I was busy with my dog, so I was with my what's the name of earphones
Yeah.
uh, outside walking with my dog. So of course I was not eating my popcorns. But yeah, what about you? Did you eat your popcorns?
No, I didn't have popcorn. No.
Shame on you.
I
Shame on you.
know. I know.
Yeah. We have to give him that. Okay, Digital is saying that wish Baldwin didn't give law enforcement the benefit of every doubt. Most of their ineptness is planned and intended to hide the truth, in my opinion. Yeah. Oh, we have someone from Brooklyn. Oh my God. That's a heavy stuff. Hey, we have Fishy. Fishy as usual here. Birdie, what's already going to watch again with Cryptex? And Peggy. You forgot Peggy here, so. V, I can agree with that, although he did go hard on Holman on Defense Diaries. He's always hard on Holman, Baldwin. He doesn't like Holman as us. He's a well, we cannot do like some type of camouflage here. We have to use the words that are needed to be used. We know that Holman is a piece of shit, so we have to tell the things as we have to tell it. You know what I mean? And I think, yeah, Baldwin is never happy with Holman's behavior for sure.
I can cheers for Holman being a piece of shit.
Oh my God! Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers for that. And we have Mark and Betty saying, "Cheers, Cryptex. I followed this case from the start, but you made me understand it better." Oh, thank you for that type of credit. I don't know if I deserve it, but it feels good tonight with these drinks. So thanks for that. Sunflower is, you know that Sunflower, she speaks Italian.
Oh,
So
wow.
she's saying, ciao bello. Ciao bello. Good choice of drink. Thank you. Thank you for that. You are, the Bella is you for sure. Birdie, I believe that Richard is guilty and definitely kidnapped the girls. What do you think about that, Peggy?
I mean, it's somebody's belief, so you can't really counter that. I mean, everyone has a right to believe what they want.
I'm not really far away from that affirmation, let's say. I think he's guilty, of course, but I don't think he's the only one. And he could be involved in the kidnapping scenario. But from that to say that he was the killer, and maybe I'm going too far. The more I learn about this case, I have more doubts in my mind. So, anyways, Fish is saying number 14, so we are already 40. So we need more likes, guys. Come on, guys. Digital, he goes for Holman and McClelland, but not really their intentions. They are purposely hiding the truth about Richard Allen, in my opinion. Something fishy there with the prosecution, for real, for sure, we know that. And I agree with Mark and Betty, it takes 1 second to hit the like button. And it's free. We like free.
Yes,
So this drink was not free. But
$3.99.
but hitting the like is free, guys. So come on, guys. Jenny's here. Hola, guys. Hola, Jenny. ¿Cómo
Hi,
estás?
Jenny.
You know that Betty, she speaks Spanish also. Ella habla español muy bien, Peggy. Nosotros hablamos en español todos los días.
Así.
Así un poquito. Peggy es la mejor. She's the best. Beardy. Tom makes the most sense to me. He's very logical, but he cannot think out of the box, in my opinion. Like at one point, some things are not adding up, and he's like inside the square. You know what I mean? And being logical is not always having the reason or having the being right. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be a little bit more open about different possibilities, especially when there are a lot of coincidences that are not easily to explain. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about that, Peggy?
I agree with you 100%. I just think, again, I know I mentioned this before, but it's like, what are the odds that this every portion of this investigation was a catastrophe? Excuse my language, but that's what it was. How did they mess up almost every single thing? At some point it's like, is this intentional?
Yeah,
I can see, making mistakes or overlooking certain things, maybe a couple things, right? I mean, no one's perfect, but I struggle with the fact that it just seems that everything that we were told, right, are just not correct whatsoever. It was just overplaying your hand all the time. And I can see the defense a little bit is guilty of that too, overplaying your hand.
Especially using the Odinism stuff again. I was a little bit disappointed tonight because I was expecting more stuff about Ron Logan, about Keegan Kline. I was expecting that type of stuff, and it was full Odinism again. So that was kind of, I'm not gonna say boring, but come on. The real stuff is Logan. The real stuff is Keegan Kline, and they didn't talk that aspects too much tonight. So I was like, fuck. They missed that opportunity to think about something different, because every time we see Baldwin talking, he's talking about Odinism. Rosie, he's talking about Odinism. So I was expecting a different type of conversation tonight. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not gonna say disappointed, but not that satisfied. You know what I mean? So, anyways,
I'm really interested to hear more about the phone. Now, at the end that I caught, I think he was on section 8 and 9, if I'm not mistaken. But at the end, he did ask a couple, a really good question about the phone as far as who was pinging. Who are the 3 phones that pinged? And it didn't seem like Baldwin knew, or remember the names. Did you catch that part?
I don't know if he was supposed to give that information because we know that we are in the middle of that appealing process that is gonna start soon. So I don't know what is he allowed to provide us information. You know what I mean? I sometimes I can see that he wants to speak more or to tell more things, but he's like retained at the same time. So I don't know if the appealing situation here is maybe part of that situation. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? And irrelevant comment here from me. In the chat, I was commenting, hey, I was expecting more questions about the clients. Hey, Tom, why didn't you ask Baldwin about the clients? And he was replying, he was kind. He was, oh, I didn't have enough time. Something like that. And there is this guy, this YouTuber, born after reading, trolling me, motherfucker, trolling me the whole fucking life. Why are you asking about the clients? What's your fucking problem, really, for real?
Right.
I don't have anything about the guy. I think the guy's smart. The guy's good. The guy's fine. But tonight he was like against me because I was asking about the clients. What's the fucking problem with you? Anyways, irrelevant comment from tonight. But let's continue with the comments here, guys. Sunflower Lola, Baldwin was being vague. Yeah, I don't think he was being vague. He was answering to every single question he was asked, in my opinion. So, anyways, Big Fishy, question for Peggy. Why are they so sure the car is the murderer? What? I'm reading properly here.
Yeah. Was the murderer, like the murderer, owned the car and was parked at the CPS because of muddy witness. I don't understand that either. To me, where the car parked is completely irrelevant to me in my mind. I think that they're so concerned about the car because they want it to be the one black car that passes the Hoosier Harvest camera at the time that they believe. But like, how do we even know that car parked there? I don't understand it. And then he puts he pulls up that satellite, right?
Yeah. Again. So sorry to interrupt you, Peggy. You know what I loved about Baldwin tonight? The way he explained the bullet situation. Oh my God, it was like bullet for dummies. The perfect way to explain why that bullet comparison between a spent round and a fire round is not logical. We know that, we knew it before, but the way he explained it today was gold. I love it. And even Tom Webster was like, I have to agree with you, something like that.
Right.
So again, chapeau to Mr. Baldwin. Cheers to Baldwin tonight. I'm just accepting my failure because I was, you know what I mean, expecting a bad performance from Baldwin, and it was not the case, in my opinion, again. So Annalisette is back. Thank you for being back. Jenny, Tom has zero knowledge of the rules of law. But I think we all have that deficiency. You know what I mean? We are not lawyers. So I'm not going to blame Tom Webster for that. He's doing his best, but I understand your point. When we are talking about law, maybe Andrea Bauchart, she's a lawyer. Bob Mata, he's a lawyer. Who else? Michael Osbrook, he's a lawyer. They have some type of weight to talk about it. And one of the questions that was asked to Baldwin tonight was about the. Give me a second. About the when Baldwin said, the judge, she doesn't know about. Fuck, I forgot. Like, but anyways, the point is that we take for granted that we know when we talk about law stuff, we think we know what we are talking about, but we don't know.
Right.
Like nexus, we think we know what is a nexus or stuff like that. Sometimes we think that we speak with some type of authority. We don't know shit.
I know what a nexus is.
Yeah, no.
It's DNA, only DNA. Sorry, go on. It's a joke.
Do you think so? But fuck, I forgot what he said tonight, Baldwin. It was really good. He said, and in the preview, in the trailer, I was criticizing Baldwin for saying that. But tonight, when he explained it, he's right. Fuck, I don't understand what does it mean. And he said, the judge,
Right.
she doesn't understand that term or that. Sorry, I'm rambling, but I'm
No.
just mad because I forgot the exact wording tonight. But anyways, sorry for that, guys. 6 hours is a marathon, yeah. But it passed really fast. At least like the first 4 hours, it was like nothing. After the mark of 4 hours, I was like, okay, it's not that exciting as I was expecting, but interesting, at least. So digital, I'm a girl. Digital is a girl. Sorry, digital. I always thought you were a guy. Sorry for that. So you stole your son's account. Okay. So I know tonight that digital is a she. Sorry for that. Annalise said, Tom always does great, as Peggy was saying. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I think he's honest. He's, yeah, he's in the good side of this world, let's say. Let me. Birdie. Tom brought receipts and made sense. I'm convinced. I don't know. The whole explanations he was trying to give about the whole cell phone activity to me is not convincing. I still don't, seriously, I don't understand the whole cell phone behavior situation. Some people try to make sense of that, water damage. I don't have a good explanation from the defense, and I don't have a good explanation from the prosecution. To me, I don't know, it seems like a lot of data still missing. No one is able to explain properly what happened with that phone, why that phone resurrected suddenly. I don't buy the water damage situation. So to me, I don't know. I'm still I don't like to have. We try to do our best. You know what I mean?
Right.
We try to explain the things in the way we think it makes sense, but we are not experts in cell phone data. We are not. Maybe just Steve from True Crime Web. He's an expert in crime scene analysis, let's say, because he was a crime scene technician, a CSI technician, let's say. But I really need to have an expert in cell phone activity explaining that behavior. I don't care about the shitty explanations from Fix Solves or the explanations from Baldwin or the explanations from Tom Webster or from Sleuth Intuition. It's zero. That's zero for me. I really need an expert in cell phone activity to give me a good explanation, because so far, to me, there's not a convincing explanation for the cell phone activity. Anyways, Peggy, go ahead.
I'm curious.
Go ahead. You can interrupt me whenever you want.
No, I'm curious. I see Amy, Daisy Asks is in this chat, and I know she spent a lot of time researching the cell phone. with her, she came up with her own theory, which was pretty brave to do, to be honest. I know she's not an expert by all means, but she spent a good time. I'm just curious how, she how what how I'm lost at words. Oh my goodness. That beer's too strong, I guess. What she thinks of what they were talking about the cell phone. I missed it, so I don't think I can provide that much value about this topic, but I'd be really interested to hear what Daisy has to say about it.
Who are you talking about, Peggy?
Oh, Daisy asks.
Yeah. No, I respect the research of every single YouTuber here.
Yeah.
I know all of us, we spend a lot of hours trying to make sense of this. So I'm not saying that the conclusions of every single person are shit, you know what I mean? But we are not experts. We are trying to do our own research and okay, this makes sense, this makes sense, this makes sense. But again, there's a lot of gaps that in my humble opinion, or in my strong opinion, according to Finn, we don't have enough solid information to fill those gaps. But anyways,
and I think that's the problem with all the evidence that we have. It's like nothing is complete. Everything is incomplete. And if it is complete, they're not releasing everything, to the public to, for us to, come to our own opinions. Not that our opinions mean a lot, but I mean, I just, in the whole grand scheme of things, I'm saying we're not obviously attorneys or anything like that. But it's just really hard to trust that the correct conclusion was made by the jurors, right? Whether, based on what we have, just like the cell phone. Why wasn't that brought in? To me, if there was no evidence of Richard Allen being on his cell phone at the, you know what I mean? And they did take they did the whole window, 12 to 5 or whatever. His phone should have showed up. To me, if I was Nick McClelland and I had something saying, your phone's not in here, I would definitely want that in, because why did you lie? Just trying to play devil's advocate here. And the fact that they didn't want it in, to me, is pretty damning.
No, 100%. And I understand also that there is like a gray zone here. And this comment from Chester, he's saying this is too much reasonable doubt. I agree with that. Some people, they believe there is doubt, but not reasonable. And I can understand that, but I agree with him. To me, there's a lot of reasonable doubt. So, 100% with you, Peggy. Kurt is number 20. We need number 44. So at this point, we are 44 guys. So this number has to increase. Come on, guys. Cheers for that. Peggy, have a drink with your beer, please.
I'm on the new one.
You already finished the other one? You're with the Corona right now?
Oh. I had it was halfway full. Not halfway empty. It was halfway full when I started this.
Good for you. Fishy, why was Libby already talking about going down the hill before BG says anything? Good point. And Baldwin was talking about stuff that we all are trying to understand. He was saying, what about multiple people being in the other side of the bridge? To me, that's a very plausible situation here. We know that we have in that video the other car that is passing, like we can interpret, we can understand that someone is being dropped there. So maybe there were some people at the other side of the bridge. When we hear the video, the audio of that video, some people can hear voices.
I can.
Me too. It's really weird. So I really think there are multiple people involved here, and we don't have all the answers. So I think Baldwin was doing great tonight. He did great. Analyst said, the problem with this case is either side's opinion can be proved without any hard evidence. That's just developing opinions till they became facts. Yeah, I agree with you. Analyst said, I brought that up several times, and the pro-guilter say it's disrespectful to say it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Anna? Sorry, I'm just scrolling down here. Tunnel vision. A lot of people has tunnel vision here. Again, I want to come back to the explanation Baldwin gave about the bullet. I think it was the best couple of minutes from someone explaining that. How is that so crazy? You know what I mean? That bullet stuff is just junk. And that was the way to link Richard Allen to the crime. It was a great explanation. Again, it's like bullet for dummies. Awesome.
That's awesome. It kind of reminds me of the whole bite mark, which was big, what, 20, 30 years ago, maybe even longer, where all these people got convicted because it's so subjective, right?
Exactly.
Like,
that's the word. That's the word.
Yeah, I think that's going to, happen at
subjective.
one point, where they're going to, they're going to continue to use this.
Exactly.
Until somebody says, no, this is not science.
At all. Exactly. You just said it.
Right.
To be a science, you have to be able to replicate the same experiments over and over and over and over. And here, to try to have some type of similar marks, they replicated the experiment in conditions that were not supposed to be the ones.
Right.
And I wouldn't call it a science at all. It's not junk. I cannot say it's junk science because it's not even a science. So you cannot use the word for the sentence junk science. It's not a science. It's maybe a discipline. Exactly. So it's not even junk. Yeah, fuck. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And people are trying to push that. Oh, come on, you're stupid because you don't believe in the bullet science. Oh, come on, give me a break, for real.
But it's like a paternity test, so if that's the case.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, come on. Yeah, exactly. DNA,
Yeah.
Oh my God. So bad. Okay. Kelt. People swearing Richard Allen got a fair trial are right up there with people who deny evolution. I have zero time to entertain. I mean,
someone flat earther. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, the flat earthers. That yeah.
Exactly. So, of course, he didn't have a fair process. He didn't have the due process. That someone who doesn't understand that is just delusional. You know what I mean? You don't have to be pro Allen to accept that he didn't have a fair process. You know what I mean? Jenny, case by case, is trying to get one of the three girls Rick saw to come forward. Good luck with that. If that's the case, awesome. I think that I respect case by case, but she's the one who is in the audience angle, like full audience, and I don't buy that. So, anyways, just saying. But if she's working on that, why not? Maybe we're gonna have some answers in that sense. I would leave to hear Tom's thoughts today. Actually, he gave us his thoughts before because he was promoting this interview since 1 week ago, and he made a post in his community page maybe 1 week ago saying that he failed in his attempt to defeat the defense, something like that, in that sense. Those are not the exact words, but he was telling us that he didn't win. So he's kind of fair. Again, he's a genius of marketing, because I was thinking about that total different. When you're watching a trailer and this movie is gonna be great, and at the end it was another thing. I'm not saying it was bad, but it was not that it was shown in the trailer. He did good, but again, at the end, I think Baldwin he did a great job tonight. And I'm not a fan of the defense at all, but we have to give him that credit. Skimrow is here. What's up, man? What is up? Christopher, some of it was incompetence and some was a cover-up. Kurt is telling me 100% about something. And I'm gonna scroll down a bit here. Okay, Fishy. Also, anyone who says Richard Allen was found guilty, ignore that if you had put Keegan Klein or Ron Logan and only presented the evidence against them, either case would have gotten guilty in my 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a great comment from Fishy. 100%. You present the case against Richard Allen to a jury, or you present the case against Keegan Klein to a jury, they're going to be convicted. Great comment. Great comment. This is one of the comments of the night. So this drink is for Fishy, Big Fishy, in a small pound. I hope Peggy is going to drink a little bit of her beer right now.
Cheers.
Cheers. Now, I'm very happy about this comment. No, it makes sense. Fishy is a logical thinker. You know what I mean? So, great comment, for sure. Mark, what a nice debate on this case, Cryptex. Other channels get nasty. Tell me about it, Mark. I'm curious about that. What happened? Oh my God, my dog is snoring so hard.
I can't hear.
Yeah?
No, I can't.
No? Oh my God. She's making a lot of noise. It's good. She's tired, so that's fine.
That's good.
That's good. That's very good. I hope she's going to stay like that the whole night. Annalise said, I saw you in Tom's debate with the defense team. I lasted about 30 minutes. He lacks the ability to understand reasonable doubt. I tend to agree with him. He's very square. He's just using his data and trying to stay inside that square. I agree with you. But I respect Tom a lot. Quietly concerned. I wonder if Abby only agreed to go over the bridge one way, and Libby was looking for the way back without using the bridge. Abby, okay. Interesting comment. What about this, Peggy, digital? I think the searchers who stayed through most of the night were a big part of the cover-up. Not impossible. In the case the girls were moved, I guess that's your point. Of course, if there were searches during the night, they would be able to observe that movement. I think that I don't think that it's likely that Libby was moved at all. But I think potentially Abby, she could be moved. And you're saying that maybe one of the searchers could be part of the cover up. It's not impossible. No. In this case, it's just that bad that the investigation was that crappy that those theories are not far-fetched, in my opinion. Fishy. I was thinking they were going to the shoe tree or something.
Oh my god, that shoe tree is so creepy. Oh,
Why?
I don't know. It's like morbid to me. I don't know. It's like witchy. I don't know. I don't like it. Like in Chicago, when you see a shoe up, that is not a good thing. You know, they throw the shoes up on the electrical lines or the telephone pole, and it usually symbolizes death, actually. So when
Really?
I see, yeah, and when I see all these shoes on a tree,
I have a lot of my shoes in those electrical lines in Colombia.
oh, do you? Well, you got
Yeah.
one right behind you too.
You know why?
Why?
Because when we were playing soccer on the street, after the end of the game, if your shoes were like done, that was the way. Okay, my shoes are, I cannot use
Really?
them anymore. So that was like proud. I used my shoes like until the end of
Oh.
their useful life. So
I think, yeah, I mean, it symbolizes different things for sure. But when I see it, that's what I see. It's just creepy.
no, I understand your point. In a wooden area, it's creepy for sure. It's not the same.
I mean, I just like picture myself just walking down a trail and seeing like I would like run. I freak out. Like, what is going on here?
I don't think that people are playing soccer in the woods.
No, yeah. I hope not.
Sunflower. The problem with any of the girls Rick saw is they are probably scared to death to come forward. Yeah, I don't know. Scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. People are congratulating Annalisette. I think it's about her comments during Tom Webster's live. I guess, I don't know.
Oh, I want to check that out.
Yeah, that interview deserves a replay with some stuff, of course. Tom analyzes stuff. That's his specialties. I can agree he's weak on reasonable doubt. Yeah, he is. He is. The searchers that night were probably selected and knew their job. I don't know. Veronica is saying hello to Cryptex. Hey, Veronica, how are you? Long time no see. I love Veronica. We had Veronica here in like 6 months ago? 6 months ago with Eve from True Crime with Eve. She changed her YouTube channel's name for the Eve's Effect. I love the way Veronica thinks. I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Annalise said, yeah. Let me scroll down. Chester, if you murdered the girls, why would you come forward? Yeah, I think there are some type of reasons to do that. It's not impossible. It happened before. So
yeah, it happens all the time.
It happens
people
all the time.
insert themselves into the part of the investigation because they want to see what does the police know. It's very common.
Yeah, it's very common. A lot of killers they like to involve themselves in the investigations. It's not something really weird, in my opinion. It happens. Jenny, Yellow Jacket already ruled out. That's not Rick's car on camera. Again, that's her conclusion, but I don't think she is an expert in digital analysis. I don't know what's her background. She's smart. I give her that. but I wouldn't take her conclusions as the final word. You know what I mean? It's like if I take Tom Webster's like the final word regarding the explanations about the cell phone data. So a lot of stuff are subjected to interpretations here. So I wouldn't say that is the final word in regards of the car of Richard Allen.
Did the defense at all get asked if they hired a specialist to do a comparison of the vehicle?
I don't remember if he talked about that.
Okay.
Good point. Maybe I was distracted, but I think they failed in doing that type of comparisons. You know what I mean? You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Because today they were talking about the side by sides that Gray Hughes was making about the car of Richard Allen and the car of the car we can see in that video. And to me, the side by sides made by Gray Hughes are the worst side by side ever. Really, that those side by sides are crap. I don't know if you remember. There's a side by side made by Gray Hughes between Bridge Guy and Richard Allen. Oh my God, my dog, she's able to do a better job about that. For real, this is just like what a shame. And I don't know, that guy has like 200,000 subscribers, and he's selling that shit, that crap, and people are buying that. Like people don't think for real. Are you serious? Makes me mad. No, for real. And it makes me even more mad that the defense attorneys they were not challenging that type of. You're right. The height of a British guy, a cheap way to have that type of analysis. You know what I mean?
Right.
The comparisons between the car that was presented by the prosecution and Richard Allen's car. If we have to rely on the shitty job of Gray Hughes, we are just at the bottom of the bottom. But I agree with you. They should have done that type of analysis. The defense attorney.
I think they should have also did it like shadow analysis. Go out there on February 13th, replicate the picture of the, you know, what is that? Is that Bree or Voorhees? I mean, yeah, it was Voorhees with the camera, you know, on the bench. Look at where the shadows are at a certain time. Look at the, I don't know. I know shadows is not complete, but I feel like there's an issue with the timeline. Mm-hmm. And to me, the sun is where the sun is at a certain time. And it doesn't, you know, it changes over time, but like it's going to be in the same position 1 year later.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I know there's the whole leap year thing, but I mean, pretty much in the same position, you know.
No, right. I agree with you. And if you are a logical person like you are, and you say, oh, this stuff doesn't make sense, the sun should be in that angle, bring an expert to support your conclusions. You know what I mean? But it seems that they failed at that stuff. You know what I mean? But anyways, just bad. After, you know, I was subscribed because I am kind of masochist sometimes. I was subscribed to Gray Hughes until he showed that side by side. It was like, come on, you cannot be that miserable in this world for real. Like, I know that sometimes I kind of sensationalist. I do artificial intelligence videos and whatever, but I try to not to sell shit to the people. At least there's food for good discussions here, but that was just sad. You know what I mean? So since that day, bye-bye, Gray Hughes. Analyzed, Keegan Klein's confessions makes more sense and has more proof. I agree with you 100%. That was rejected. After Richard was tortured for months and he babbles a peculiar confessions, it's the truth. I agree with you. And again, I was kind of disappointed that the King and Klein's topic or subject was not on the table tonight. That was sad, but
Maybe
it
they're
is.
trying to hold it off for an appeal. If they're successful with the appeal,
I don't think they can use it
no.
because I think the only material they can use for the appeal is the material that there is already inside the initial or the original process.
Right.
So they already failed at that.
I'm sorry. I meant like if there's a new trial. I'm
Ah,
sorry. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Anyways, but and that's why that's a great. Let's come again to Annalisette comment here, because Annalisette, she has a brain, and that was I was making comments in Tom Webster's chat, and that was there was this guy born after reading who I don't have any deal with him at all, trolling me because I was asking questions about Keegan Klein. So get a life. What's the fucking problem with me? I really don't understand, especially when we have to have answers about the Keegan Klein's angle. So I'm not gonna stay silent about that just because you and your friend Fixolves, who is in the payroll of law enforcement, are telling me that I'm a poor guy because I'm asking questions about Keegan Klein. But you know what is really sad here, Peggy? That Fixolves, for example, he's friends with Slot Intuition and he's friends with Gray Hughes. Slot Intuition and Gray Hughes, they have doubts about the Keegan Klein's involvement in this case. But Fixolves, he's not able to say, Slot, you are a poor guy. Or Gray Hughes, you are a poor guy. But Cryptex, you are a poor guy. So those guys, they have double standards and they are all in the same bucket of shit. Fixolves, Born After Reading, and Gibbo. Sorry for that. This is the bucket of where my dog shits. For real, I'm really mad. No, seriously. Sorry for that. I was just mad about that behavior of this guy because I respected this guy until tonight. I don't know what's the fucking problem with me. Trying to breathe. Sorry for that.
It's okay.
Veronica, we don't know what the vehicle Rick drove that day. Yeah, he didn't even know. He was trying to remember, or maybe this one, maybe this one. I agree with you, 100%.
And he never said he parked there. You know, that's what that aggravates me so much. They just assume that's what he meant. But like they show him this little map or whatever. It's like, okay, like my whole thing, and I know I said this before, like they drove him home, right? They needed to kill time because they didn't have the warrant. Why didn't they just say, show me where you parked? It's on the way.
Great point, Peggy. Great point. And when you do the combination of those elements, because you just said a great word here, assumption. You know, there are assumptions about the clothes Bridge Guy was wearing, Richard Allen was wearing that day. There are assumptions about the car he was driving that day. There are assumptions about the spot he was parking that day. There are assumptions about the cell phone data activity. So, for example, Tom Webster is working with assumptions. So he makes an assumption here, he makes an assumption here, he makes an assumption here, and at the end, it's a combination of assumptions. So how can you be sure about your theory when you are working with one assumption here, and one assumption here? The error is gonna increase drastically, you know, in a very dramatic way. You cannot say that, okay, I'm convinced that Richard Allen is guilty because I have this, and this, and every single element is an assumption. And yes, you say it's the totality of the evidence. That's what they say. The totality of the evidence. Yes, but the totality of the evidence is not even the totality of an evidence. It's the totality of an assumption elements. You know what I mean? Tell me what do you think about that? Maybe I'm just rambling right now.
I agree with you 100%. I think it's like, is that, I don't know. I never served on a jury, so it's hard for me to really bring that perspective to it. But I'm saying if I'm making a puzzle and I am missing half of the puzzle, how am I going to say what okay, this could be a house, it could be a castle, it could, I don't know. I'm just pulling things out of nowhere here. But what I'm trying to say is like, this is not evidence. And if you have to fill in all those holes, then to me, that's reasonable doubt. That's the way I feel about it.
That's the way I feel about it too. 100%. Oh my God. Amy is here from Australia as well. Hello, Amy. Scrolling down here. People are talking about the timeline. Amy is talking about the blood pressure. By the way, I have a blood pressure problem. And oh my God. The other time I almost died, I think. It was I thought it was my last day on earth. So I went to I was in the metro. I took the metro, and really my heart was beating so fast, and I was like losing my conscience. Fuck. I went to the doctor like 1 week after, and he told me, "Oh my God, man, you were at the edge." So I'm taking some pills for that, and
that's good.
Yeah,
I have low blood pressure. Mine's like 90 over 60, 70 usually.
Oh, really?
If it hit 100, I knew like that's high for me.
No. I'm glad I went
cold. I'm always cold all the time because of the low blood pressure.
Yeah, I'm glad I went to the doctor. Those pills are having me under control. Guys, hit the like. Kelt, Birdie, you're probably already convinced. Yeah, a lot of people are convinced one way or the other, and nothing is gonna change their minds. I was making a joke that it was not taken very well to Criminal Network. I told him, even if you see Keegan Kline killing the girls, you're gonna say that was a clone. Oh my God, that guy was not having a good time because of my silly comment. But anyways, the point is, some people, they already made their minds. They're never gonna change their minds, even if you provide evidence about the opposite. And this is just sad, but it is what it is. Chester, it seems like the girls were there to meet someone, of course, and that's related to Anthony Schultz, of course, and maybe there's a combination between Anthony Schultz and Logan Holder. Maybe it was a double date. Libby intending to meet Anthony Schultz, and Abby intending to meet Logan Holder. I think there was.
That's what I think too.
It's a very possible situation here, and that's where the universe of coincidences here meet in one single point. So you have the Holders, you have the Clines, and you have the murder there. So I don't know. Daisy or Amy. Okay, let me. The phone's still a mystery to me, and to me too. And people pretend to be experts in cell phone data. So I'm not talking about Amy at all. I respect your research, but to me, there's still no explanation that is satisfying about the whole cell phone activity. And I agree with Baldwin when he said it was a shame that the judge allowed the expert of the prosecution to go to do a Google search during.
I was there, yeah.
Ah, you were there?
I was there that day. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Ah, you were there?
Yeah, I was there that day.
Tell us about that. Tell us. Come
Okay,
on.
okay.
Tell us the whole story. Come
Oh my
on.
God,
That's why
I
you're
wish
here.
I'd have my notes still because I was observing what was going on and I was looking at the jury because the jury is like in this line and it kind of goes into the gallery in a way.
Mhm.
But anyway, so when Stacey Eldridge went up, it was a big shocker about the whole headphones. I mean, there was some gasps, and we're like, whoa, because no one expected this. And I think she did a
What do you
really
mean?
good job, but she wasn't able
Peggy,
to,
Peggy. What do you mean? What was the reaction there in the courtroom?
like gasp. Like people were looking at each other, like people that follow, like where I was sitting. So on the second, this would have been after lunch, and it was towards the end of the day, and I was sitting in the back row, at that point, and I was sitting next to Ajir's sister, and then there was another girl that was taking notes. I could tell she follows the case too, and we're all just looking at each other like, whoa. What did she say? To the point where Goal had to reprimand us when they came, before they brought the jury back in because there was that break, right? So Eldridge went, then there was a break, and then that's when. But I think Cecil was the defense. They called him, so I think they were going to challenge him, like, how come you didn't know this information? And Ajir was really upset. I mean, I wish, like, it's hard to see that in the transcripts, obviously, because you're only reading it and you can't hear tone, but she was very upset about this whole Google search. Like, and I looked at the transcripts and I didn't see this. Maybe it's there and I overlooked it, but I'm pretty sure she said something to the point where she's like, well, how do I, can I interrogate Google? Like, how do you refute them?
Interrogate Google. Oh my God.
Yeah, and it was, she was really upset about it. She really was, and rightfully so. Like, that's ridiculous.
Right.
They should have probably said, okay, like, let's bring up what you've seen on the phone up and let's publish it, right? Because it's like he's testifying that he's looking at, a web page or whatever, and it's like evidence. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, maybe I'm thinking, why didn't the defense say, okay, let's look at your phone. What page were you on? What does it say? What else does it say? Kind of thing. I don't know. But it was like, to me, and that's like something I've said in the past, not here, but to me, I totally understood why the defense rested when they did, because that was the big bombshell to me. Like, to me, it was reasonable doubt.
Of course.
Like, completely. Like, how do you explain this? Yeah. So to hear Baldwin say this towards the end, I think either the end or the beginning, whichever one I watched, I was like, okay, yeah, now I understand. Like, it's confirmation. I'm not trying to say like, oh, I was right, but like, I would have rested that right after that too.
It's a shame that we don't have video material about that.
Yeah.
I would love to see the reaction of the jurors, the public, my God. No, great testimony, Peggy. Thank you for that. And
no problem.
What was doing Holman? He was like pushing the expert to go to.
I don't recall Holman. I don't, because like the day I was there, Holman wasn't. I didn't like pay much attention to that. I'm not sure what I know that it was Cecil, and then who's that other guy? Bremen. Yeah. And then they rested, and then I went over to, after this, I rushed to my car. So I had parked at Riley Park, and I wanted to go to the trails, right? And the whole time I'm thinking, I can't get out of. I'm like, there's still a killer out there. Like, I was totally convinced like Richard Allen is innocent based on what I've been following and everything. But anyway, where I'm going with this is that I rushed out to go to the bridge and all that, and it was very, I don't know, the way I felt when I got to that area, I can't explain. It is very, I don't know if spiritual is the right way to describe it, but you know how where you feel something is seriously wrong,
Yeah.
and it's like like it kind of hits you in the chest, and you're like, this place is like haunted, or
Like a heavy, like a heavy energy.
yeah, it was a very bad energy, and I wasn't even. So I parked it where the trailhead parking is now on the other side of Freedom Bridge to take a phone call. But I wrapped around and I went down 300 North, and I got out of my car because I wanted to look at the cell phone tower. So I took some pictures of the cell phone tower, and when I got out of there, I just felt like very like claustrophobic in a way. I can't explain it to you, but it was in not one car the whole time passed me. And I'm like, and that's why I thought like, okay, Sarah Carbaugh's, her timeline and like, I don't know, like somebody else would have seen this dude walking down 300 North. It's so like narrow street. I know I'm rambling here, but that's what I did after.
No, you're not. And so sometimes I feel that energy even here. But I got your point. Great point. And I have my days, and days like today, I'm like in the fence, and sometimes I'm like I'm going to the prosecution side of the game, sometimes going to the pro defense side, and I feel that every single day that passes, I'm going to the pro defense side. Today I feel like that. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna change my mind for some reasons, but I don't know. It's just bad. You know what I mean? Sorry, me too. I was rambling, but anyways, just thank you for that testimony, Peggy. It was great.
No problem.
Awesome.
Maybe one day we could talk about all of them, because I think I went on the best day, to tell you the truth, because it started with Bessie Blair, and then it was the Dr. Grayson, I think is his name. I'm probably botching people's names. And then there was the doctor that countered the bullet, I forgot the name of him. And then it was Eldridge. And then it was the whole Google search thing. I still can't believe they let that in. Sorry. It's
no. This is just unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, Baldwin, he made great points tonight again, and points that we knew already about it, but just to have that compilation or that collection of points in a very short time of a period reinforces your idea about how crappy this case was. You know what I mean? We know that the case was crappy, but tonight I feel that it was even more crappy than I was thinking. I'm rambling again. Sorry.
No. It's like, it seems like when you think it can't get worse, it gets worse and worse. It's crazy.
And the funny thing is that I was expecting the opposite. I was expecting the defense attorney to be destroyed, and I'm sure that the prosecution YouTubers are gonna say the opposite. Oh, Tom Wester, he destroyed Baldwin tonight. But if you are serious, if you are honest, it was not the case. But anyways, let's continue here. Scrolling down, you can talk about whatever you want to talk. Peggy, you're the one. You have the beers. You have the good energy.
I don't know. I can't drink another one after this one. It's too heavy. I might be switching it up. I love Shea Watson's profile picture. That's really cool.
Shea Watson is great, and I have to do some type of show about her story, and I know I'm late about that. And yeah, my bad. I know I'm late about it. Oh no, sorry for this. 6 hours was a long time. Yeah, I agree with you. Like after 4 hours, it was like okay. I'm expecting the bombshell here tonight, and it was not a bombshell. It was more of the same. same questions, same answers. I kind of agree with you, quietly concerned. It's not even a science, Christopher. It's just junk stuff.
Junk
Call
shit.
Yeah, it's junk shit. Call it, if we call it junk science, we are improving the perspective of the prosecution. You know what I mean? We cannot use the word science because it's not a science. But I know what is your point. It's junk. It's crap. Of course, it is. Questioning what the 43-second video actually shows is considered disrespectful by some pro-guilters. We have to accept the girls were terrified while being kidnapped. Yeah, there's a lot of room for interpretation there, for sure, Anna. I agree with you. Amy, she has passion.
Yes.
Like Peggy, like Fishy, like Anna, like me. Yeah, this case releases a lot of passion for sure. Especially because we don't have the answer. It's just, come on. Come on. Scrolling down, Peggy, don't lose your patience. A critical true crime, she made a great comment in my previous video. Again, when I have to be elegant, I have to be elegant. And I was elegant at the beginning of the live streaming tonight. And I said, cheers to Baldwin. I'm gonna say cheers to critical true crime, because she made a comment. Hey, Cryptex, you are like reacting too fast. You have to wait for the whole interview. And she was right. I had a total different idea. So cheers to you, critical to crime. I give you 2 or 3 points. When I have to be elegant, I have to be elegant, especially with you ladies here. Continuing, scrolling down. Tom doubled down with a 30-minute production, repeating his analysis. Yeah, but well, the idea was not to change his mind, but I understand what you're saying here. Yeah, I agree with you. That was very, very convenient.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can we go back to that? Was that something that was communicated during this about the body cams?
Yeah, maybe they're talking about the bullet, because when one of the things that Baldwin was talking about tonight, one of the questions of Tom Webster was, what do you think about the bullet that was found in that how do you call it, that box?
Oh, keepsake. Yes.
Yeah, keepsake box, whatever. And he said, I would love to have the body cam of the agents that were doing that, conducting that search. So he was like not convinced that the bullet was already actually there. Some type of like the same theory Finn has, which is not crazy. Law enforcement, they plant stuff, but yeah, it's just bad that they performed that bad. If you are doing a search, conducting a search warrant, you have to activate your fucking body cameras to show transparency. You know what I mean? So that was the point of Baldwin, and just another element that, yeah, sad it didn't happen. You know what I mean?
I'm also curious why Richard Allen wasn't allowed to go into his house when there was no warrant. You know, I understand the police can say whatever they want to say, but like, what would have happened if Richard Allen says, "You're not going to keep me from going into my house"? That to me was bizarre. Like, they didn't have the warrant yet, and they're telling him he can't access his house. And then he asked for permission to go get his cigarettes. And they went into the garage and got his cigarettes and the lighter. I guess where I'm going with this is like, I don't know if this is improper seizure. I don't know. Like they took control of the house. They told him he couldn't get. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I understand.
This whole warrant situation.
I understand, but I didn't know that there was no warrant.
No, because like there's a transcript that came out where then like they presented him the papers, but they were waiting. He was waiting outside the house, and that was recorded because there's a transcript of it. So I'm thinking, why don't we have the body cam for that whole scenario? Like what were they recording off of? Okay. He's outside. I think there is body cam. I really do. I mean, maybe not all the way in the house, but you know, how else were they recording him outside?
No, I agree. If that was the case, it's just kind of unacceptable for sure. I hear you. Mm-hmm. Scrolling down here, kind of late with the chat, guys. Sorry for that. Skin roll. It does look creepy, but it's benign. It's a rite of passage kind of thing. I don't know what are you talking about, guys. I'm kind of late. Oh, Steve is here. Steve, True Crime Web. Having visited the scene several times, I always said if only one person responsible, the scene is where he caught up to them. One person couldn't carry them there. You know what? When I read the comments of Steve, I become excited. Mm-hmm. For real. Because sometimes when I speak my mind, I doubt sometimes about my own thoughts. You know what I mean? Like I'm being biased, like I'm multiple perpetrators. I'm maybe watching too much TV. I'm not understanding the whole situation there. I'm not smart enough. I'm stupid. This could be very well made by only one person. You know, I have doubts. Because I'm not someone what was educated in law enforcement stuff. But when I read, when I listen to Steve, who is a crime scene technician, who is a law enforcement agent with a lot of experience, who is a prosecution person, bringing that type of elements, I'm like, oh man, I'm not that crazy. I'm not that insane. You know what I mean? This guy is telling me the lack of defensive injuries here is very weird. Doesn't make sense. He's telling me the crime scene situation here is really weird for one single person to commit it, the whole stuff. So I'm just became excited. It's not because I need validation. You know what I mean? Because I don't need validation, but it just feels good to have someone like Steve with his background, like bringing those points to the table. You know, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but anyways, thank you, Steve, for that. And we're waiting for you to be here again, Steve. I really want to have a conversation with you. Big Fishy, gotta make dinner. Have a good time with your family. Fishy, you deserve it. Of course, Steve is the man. Steve is the man here, for real. Yeah. Oh my God, you're talking about Gray Hughes. So I'm really late in the chat. I was talking about Gray Hughes like 30 minutes ago. It's true. Oh shit! I lost my cursor. Sorry, guys. Oh. Lost my screen. Okay, I found it. Unacceptable, Sistro. Unacceptable. How so you're late? So now you have to hit the like. You have to watch the replay. You have to say hi to Peggy for her awesome comments tonight. Peggy is doing better than Baldwin and Tom Webster tonight. She's the
I
star.
don't know about all that.
For real. So, Steve. Yeah, Steve's still here, guys. V. So in Colombia, oh my God, are you talking about the shoes? Oh my God, I'm so late, Peggy. I'm so late. They're talking about the shoes. Holy shit. Yeah, it symbolizes the death of the shoes. You're right. Exactly. You have you got it. Oh shit, I'm very, very late in the chat, so I'm gonna scroll down faster, guys. Was trying to read the whole chain of comments, but Steve, Carter's referencing the sketches has always given me a migraine.
Yeah,
The whole situation about the sketches is just
weird.
insane, huh? And the fact that the sketches were not allowed to be part of the process is just I don't get it. I don't understand.
I know.
Because when you see cases like you remember Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, Ted Bundy, famous serial killers, the sketches were allowed to be part of those processes. So I don't understand why in this case, no, you cannot use the sketches. So I'm amazing why. I'm so late, guys. I'm just not in the having the. Oh, El Jefe. El Jefe is here. How are you, Ruckus? Nice to have you here. Good friend of the channel. I'm just gonna go to the end of the chat, guys, because I'm really late. Okay, they're talking about the bullet, junk science. I don't know, Peggy. Tell me about your conclusions about the whole stuff that happened today. How do you feel
I
about
don't
it?
have a full one because I didn't watch the entire thing, so it's hard to say. I mean, from what I've watched, I was impressed. I thought it was very interesting. I'm really excited to watch about the phone.
Are you gonna?
I missed the phone part. I didn't get to that part yet. It must have been right in the middle somewhere.
Are you gonna watch the replay? The whole?
Yeah, but I'm gonna put on like 3.0, 4 because I got premium, so I'm gonna try to speed it up as much as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good document. And again, it was a very brave move from Baldwin to go to Tom Webster's channel. A lot of points for Baldwin, some points for Tom Webster. He was, as usual, decent, elegant, polite. Not minus 40 points to this stupid guy born after reading for trolling me without any reason. I don't get it. I don't know. Sometimes I got like enemies out of nothing. Like that stupid guy Ted, the other stupid guy born after reader, fix salt, the idiot guy, the racist. What's the name of this guy? The Dutch guy, Frank, the one who was showing the crime scene images in internet. I don't talk to them. I don't talk about them, and they talk shit about me. So fuck you, all of you guys. Steve, attempting consent searches are always attacked, but they are allowed if refused or stopped property. Can you read it, Peggy? I'm kind of not following.
You want me to read this one?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Attempting consent searches are always attacked, but they are allowed. If refused or stopped, property is locked down while officer obtains one through a judge.
I think that was related to your comment about the
Yeah,
search.
I think so. If refused or stopped, property is locked down while officer. But then I don't know. So wait, Steve, if you could please provide a little bit more information. Are you saying they are allowed they are allowed to tell people they can't enter in their property while they wait for the search warrant to be signed. That would be great.
Hey, you know what? It would be great to have Steve, you, and me doing a live. So like that, he would be able to answer live
Yeah,
our questions. I really love the way.
me too.
Yeah, he's,
I have a lot of respect for him.
me too. It's like one of the biggest assets in this community, for real. 100%. There was a comment here for you, Peggy. Let me. I lost it. I lost it. I wanted to show you this because it's important. Oh shit. Okay, this one. You can read it, Peggy.
Peggy would love to hear your in-depth analysis of the trial play-by-play. I should do that. Totally. Good
Because
idea. I have my
were-
notes. And I think what I could do is go through the transcripts and then kind of try to give people a visualization or visualize what was going on with certain events. Yeah. I think that would also trigger some of my memories because, it's hard to take notes. I don't write shorthand. So I was just trying to go as quickly as possible.
No, I imagine. But
Quickly.
you were there, Not everyone was there, so those type of testimonies are important. So I agree with Chester. You should do something like that for real.
I even drew the jury, like man, woman, woman. You know what I mean? And I'm so curious.
Show us that. You have to show us that. Come on, Peggy.
Yeah, I will show it to you. But
Sure.
I actually have a photo I took of like what I drew out. But there was so when you're so I'm looking at the gallery as I am looking into the camera right now. Okay. Right. So facing this way is the jury, like the beginning of the jury, and it goes all the way back, right? So I don't know how they count the juror numbers, but I can tell you the top row closest to the gallery, the second person was a man. Okay. So you're on the top row, the second over. I'm thinking that was the what do they call it? The head juror. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my
mind.
What is it called? The foreman. The foreman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he was not paying attention hardly. Like I had no problem when I was trying to look at people, and I'm not an expert to analyze jurors, right? Like people, even I guess like attorneys think that they try to do their best, but they're just so unpredictable. But anyway, this man, I'm like, oh gosh, this is the only guy I had a concern with because it seemed like he wasn't paying attention, and it seemed like everyone around him was like kind of looking at him for his reaction as the testimonies and everything was going on. He wasn't taking any notes, nothing. I'm wondering if this is the foreman, which would explain a lot to me why the end result was the way it was. But I have it. Yeah, I'll next time I go up on live, we'll look at my little drawing.
No. You have to do a series about that experience for real, for sure. So. Still, two types of warrants: consent by owner agreed to by owner.
Okay. Okay.
I guess if the person agrees to.
But he didn't agree because he was like, "Get a warrant."
Yeah.
But I see what he's trying to say.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, he did say you can go in to get my cigarette, so I don't know if that kind of is consent.
Yeah. It's a question for you, Peggy. how did they all get their questions asked? Did a clipboard go around?
No. Okay. So it was like pieces of paper that they folded from my memory. So I didn't hear any like ripping of paper. So I don't know. I don't think they were like tearing it from a notepad or anything. But yeah, no, they would fold it, and then the bailiff would come and collect all the questions, and then Gull and the two attorneys would go behind the TV and they would put the weird noise thing on, that's the noise that it was going. And my thought was like during this process, I'm like, how does the court reporter know what the hell they're saying with this whole, bunch of noise going on at that time? But so when I was looking through the transcripts, that's what I was finding interesting is the sidebar and like how they decided which question they were going to ask, because that was not obviously discussed in front of everyone.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was individual paper.
Interesting. And how was the audio? Were you able to listen properly to every single thing they were talking during the process, or?
No, it was really difficult.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Especially if you were at the back.
Yeah, I was at the back the second after lunch, and before lunch I was second row, so or maybe third row. Like I think the first two rows were either attorneys or press, and then there was the 2 rows dedicated to the public.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was like 1 row back from the first time, but yeah, it was horrible.
Okay.
It was.
Did you know someone there?
Mm-mm.
No, you were.
I mean, I
alone
think some
by yourself?
YouTubers. See, I wasn't doing live streams at that time, so I did see some YouTubers where I'm like, okay, that's Anthony Greeno, that's Frank Meister, that's the murder shit people, and then a bunch of others. I saw Andrea Burkhart. I saw what's her name? The blonde one. What's her name? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot. Lawyer Lee, right? Isn't that her name?
Yeah, she's great. I love it.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was nice.
Cool. Did
I
you
almost
talk
didn't make it the second round. I was like, because like people started leaving at the break. So at the break before lunch is when some people would leave the court room and not return so they could sit back in line. So I was lucky to get in the second half.
Did you talk to any of them?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Where did you stay? Like in a hotel or?
Oh no, I drove. So I woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and I drove to Delphi.
Okay.
We're in Central, so you lose an hour going there. So
was it easy to get in, or because some people were complaining about the line? So
I know I feel horrible because I got in.
Yeah.
So my plan, and I still have the sign. I was just gonna stand in front of the courthouse with my sign. I made a sign because I'm like, okay, I love to protest. I know I'm weird. So I made a sign. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just, stand in here. But then I parked. So I parked at Riley Park because I had some good advice not to park where people can see you, even though no one knew who I was, but whatever. And I walked and I said, it's not that far of a walk. So I am going to leave the sign in my car and let me just see if I can get in, So I walk up and there was no one outside. So they had already picked the people, like the amount of people that they allocated to the trial for that day. And I was like, well, let me just go up and see, I don't know. So I go up and, it was on I think the 3rd floor, and I went down the wrong staircase, accidentally went on the family staircase, whatever. So I get up there and there's like what are those things called where you're waiting in line at the bank? There's like the rope. And I'm at the beginning of it, and the guy, the sheriff is right there. Can I help you? I go, is this the Richard Allen, the Delphi trial? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh. He's like, well, do you want to come in? And I'm like, yeah, duh. No, I was kidding.
Duh.
And he went in and he asked somebody, he's like, is there any more space here? And I was just sitting there. I didn't think I would get in whatsoever. And I'm just sitting, waiting. And the guy comes out and goes, one. They had one seat available. So somebody must not have been shown up who they had reserved the seat for. So I show up and people were like, who the hell is this chick? Probably, like, how did she get in? And I felt bad because people were like camping out. But I mean, you know what? My motto is like, you never know, what's the worst people can say? No. You always try. Yes. If I would have just walked up with my sign, I would have missed out this opportunity. So when I walked in, I was just so like, my heart was beating and I'm looking, trying to observe what's going on around me. And I'm just like, I can't believe I'm here. So it took me like 40 minutes for my adrenaline to calm down because I wasn't, prepared for this.
You won the lottery.
Yeah, exactly. I should have played the lotto that day.
Sure.
I probably wouldn't be here if I won. Just saying.
Probably sure.
Not.
So how drunk you are right now?
I'm not that bad, actually.
Me neither, huh? Not at all. I was expecting to be at least a little bit tipsy, but no. So far, so good. So I don't know, Peggy. It's almost 2 hours here. Maybe time to wrap up. What about a reggaeton song with Tom Webster, Baldwin, and who's the other one? Cryptex and Atrol to end the live.
That sounds amazing.
Sounds amazing. Okay. Give me just 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna add it to the stage. So I'm gonna mute Peggy, but she's gonna dance 3 minutes with me, drinking her beers. I'm gonna mute myself. Thank you, guys. Hit the like. See you soon. Thank you, Peggy. It was awesome to have you here.
It was fun. Thank you.
You always give power to the lives, and
Thank you.
It's always fun to be with you.
Thank you. I enjoy myself. Thank you for having me. Thank you, chat.
Thank you, guys, in the chat. So let's dance for 2 minutes.
Lights on. Mic check. Luces listas. Esto va a empezar. Cryptics can't wait. Tom steps in strong. Prosecution tone. Preguntas como jabs. Straight to the bone. Andy real calm. Abogado cool. Defensa afilada. Playing by the rules. Suena la campana. Round 1 empezó. Palabras golpeando más fuerte que un cross. Mirada seria. Respeto y presión. Esto no es charla, es confrontación. Cryptex pacing, walking in a loop. We're fresh on the stream, yeah, waiting for the truth. Café en la mano, corazón en race. Nadie parpadea en este face to face. Shark or kitten, who's gonna bite? Esto es boxeo verbal fight night. Tom versus Andy, locked in the frame. Uno ataca duro, otro juega el game. Shark or kitten, tensión total. Cryptex, escuchando, no puede parar. Cada respuesta viene con intención. Una pausa pesa más que una acusación. Chat explotando, teorías al millón. Verdad y duda, bailando reggaetón. No hubo knockout, pero sí presión. No winner tonight, just por colisión. Tiburón o gatito queda la cuestión. Este round se queda en repetición. Tom steps in strong, prosecution tone. Preguntas como jabs, straight to the bone. Andy real calm, abogado cool. Defensa afilada, playing by the rules. Suena la campana, round 1 empezó. Palabras golpeando más fuerte que un cross. Mirada seria, respeto y presión. Esto no es charla, es confrontación. Cryptex pacing, walking in a loop. Refresh on the stream, yeah, waiting for the truth. Café en la mano, corazón en race. Nadie parpadea en este face to face. Shark or kitten, who's gonna bite? Esto es boxeo verbal fight night. Tom versus Andy, locked in the frame. Uno ataca duro, otro juega el game. Shark or kitten, tensión total. Cryptex, escuchando, no puede parar. respuesta viene con intención. Una pausa pesa más que una acusación. Chat explotando, teorías al millón. Verdad y duda, bailando reggaetón. No hubo knockout, pero sí presión. No winner tonight, just por colisión. Tiburón o gatito queda la cuestión. Este round se queda en repetición.